Hello, welcome back to Fatal Frame, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. Like I said, I'm pretty much just picking up where I left off last time. Because so far, all these videos have been recorded all in one go. But I'm enjoying myself despite the fact that everybody walks around like at a snail's pace. Oh. Huh. Five red spirit stones. There we go. Good God, movement in this game is twitchy though. I am using a controller since all the directions it gives me uses controller prompts, so I don't know what keyboard prompts it wants to use whenever it's telling me to do stuff. Also, playing Fatal Frame with a controller feels kind of right, but this game it's definitely kind of janky on controller. Like, the whole me flipping flat and back and forth like this isn't... I'm not doing that. Not intentionally. Boom. The Dallas curse has been lifted. Turn around. Assistant and smoking area. I do like the flashlight. It's interesting mechanic. And definitely different from just giving the guy a weaker camera. Ooh. Found a small key wrapped in a paper on the top of an ashtray. The key is labeled Operation Prep Room. It's mapped to the infirmary. Operation Prep Room. Looks like it's on the first floor. Maybe if I run, it will behave better? Oh crap. There you are. So the camera's also only got so much charge, so you can only shoot it so many times, and then you have to let it charge up down there. standing by a window. How are you doing, man? Stand by a window. Okay. Hope you have a good day. Oops. That's not the button I meant to press. Nope. Assistant heading to the OR. Mushy mush? Okay. Herbal medicine, the Hozuki doll note. This is all I have I can purchase here. No. Use the key. Uh-huh. Give me the shiny. Ooh. Getting lots of blue spirit stones. Or at least I feel like I am. Herbal medicine. Oh, there's a shiny. Let's see. Let's go ahead and give him more power. Why not? Why the heck not? Okay. I meant to press B to pick up this thing, and then the locker rattled. 5 spirit stones. There's something in the locker. It's a clipping from a magazine. We delve into the darkness behind the mysterious Rogetsu disappearances. 6 months have passed since the mass disappearances on Rogetsu Isle. With the investigation stalled, the incident is on the verge of being forgotten. But we have uncovered a sinister history that could be the key to solving the mystery. The bizarre illness, Moonlight Syndrome. We first focused our investigation on Moonlight Syndrome, a condition unique to the Regetsu Islands. According to the medical expert we contacted, it is a type of amnesia with unusual additional symptoms, such as sleepwalking and sufferers acting as though possessed by some force. The disaster of Regetsu Isle legend returns. Folklorists familiar with the history of the island say that this sickness has long been feared as a plague, so its reach clearly extends beyond the present-day incident into the island's murky past. Legend also tells of a strange incident in which over half of the inhabitants of Regetsu Isle vanished. Moonlight Syndrome en masse. What if the Regetsu disappearances were caused by an endemic outbreak of Moonlight Syndrome? The island is surrounded by a vast ocean. One doesn't like to linger too long on the fate of those wandering outside, blissfully unaware of their surroundings. Tourism efforts cursed the island. Some islanders were opposed to turning Regetsu Kagura, a ceremony that was supposed to appease the souls of the dead, into a tourist attraction. Could the real root of this bizarre case be the shallowness of those who tried to turn a sacred ceremony into a commercial spectacle? Death of the last witness. Our only remaining lead was the last living witness of the incident, a young girl. Sadly, she died in a hospital several days ago. Reports say she used her final breath to cry out for her mother. What did this poor girl see on that fateful day? The answer is known only to the now abandoned Regetsu Isle. Alright. Doctors performing operation. Another spirit stone. Sink is blackened with filth. There doesn't seem to be anywhere running water. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, why is he spinning in circles like this? A large object surrounded in cloth. What is popping up on the item indicator? Weird. Oh. Huh. No. Okay, hold up. Something. There we go. Alright. Wow, that was finicky. Ew. Diary with pictures too. Something is lying where the ghost disappeared. I told the doctor I don't like it. It hurts. Tomorrow more surgery. It's making me bad. The surgery. More surgery. Tomorrow more surgery. I don't like surgery. Hurts. 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 The surgery. It hurts me. Ow, ow, hurts. Hurts. Hurts, hurts, hurts. You know. Post-mortem report. Asagi Izuki. Izuki Asagi. Time of death. Pretty much, what? 1232. Age 6. Circumstances of death. Condition deteriorated severely after second surgical procedure. Patient was tranquilized but suddenly became deranged during the night. Doctor provided immediate emergency treatment to no effect. Patient died soon after. Cause of death unknown. Possible death due to weakness brought on by sudden worsening of Moonlight Syndrome symptoms. Okay. There's a flyer posted up here. Once every 10 years, in the month of September, a very important ceremony takes place on Rogetsu Isle, main island of Rogetsu Islands. This is the Rogetsu Kagura. Rogetsu Kagura is a representation of means of direct communication between the living and the dead. Its origins are uncertain, but the people of the Rogetsu Isle have carried it down through ages as a way to honor the deceased. A maiden called the Vessel dances herself into a trance to the accompaniment. Oh my god, this is another word I can't seem to fucking say. Of music played by 5 girls called organs. The dance continues well into the night. Not only the Vessel and the organs wear masks during the Kagura, all of those present as observers wear masks and hold candles while watching the ceremony. An island's most important festival, the Kagura, calls those born on Rogetsu Isle home every 10 years. They are said to make the journey no matter how far away they live. Once accessible only to such natives, the Kagura was open to visitors 30 years ago and is now the central tourist attraction of the island.
灰原は祭りの日にこの島に帰っていたのか。神楽はこの島の人間にとって大切なもの。そういえば、今日も祭りの日か。この島から人が消えてなければ。
I've been observing cases of moonlight syndrome at Haibara Infirmary. The moment I first laid eyes on one of the patients, a ghastly thrill traveled up and down my spine. The syndrome is unlike anything I have seen before, and in this line of work, I've seen more than my fair share of unusual and disturbing things. Moonlight syndrome presents symptoms of memory fragmentation along with deterioration of sense of self, resulting in destruction of sufferer's personality. In advanced stages, it leads to total amnesia and unresponsiveness and is ultimately fatal, but apparently, most patients choose to end their own lives before the symptoms can progress to those final awful stages. Watching as these poor bastards have their memories taken away from them as they break down and are consumed little by little, it's so horrible one trembles at the sight. I wouldn't wish Moonlight Syndrome on my worst enemy. No one should have to feel themselves slip away into the darkness. Seeing it for myself, I have a renewed sense of urgency regarding my work here. Dr. Haibara is treating Moonlight Syndrome as a special kind of local endemic disease, but he hasn't yet been able to grasp the nature of the condition or develop a reliable method to treatment or cure. His focus on medication combined with surgical procedures as in folk medicine as a means to combat this condition. I'll learn more details about different kinds of treatment tomorrow. I just hope one of them can be developed into a cure, and we can finally awake these people from their nightmare. Found a key beside the notebook. Oh, don't know what that was. Medicine bottles and containers are scattered into a broken cabinet. Ooh, shiny. Give me. Give me. More red spirit stones. It's locked. Bottle of a human head sits atop a medicine case. Brain surgery must have been performed in this place. What up, friend? Informers report. Something is lying where the ghost disappeared. I'm associated with Haibara Infirmary, and I want to make the truth known about the recent disappearance of those girls. As I was walking in the infirmary grounds, I heard the sounds of children's voices coming from the well. At first I thought I was hearing things, but the voices became more and more distinct. They weren't just crying as normal children do when they fall or lose sight of their parents and crowd a place. It was an altogether more hollow, terrible sound. It's them, the girls who vanished, I'm sure of it. Can't keep quiet about this anymore. If you don't act now, it will be too late. Those girls are being consumed even as I write this. I beg of you, conduct the search of Haibara Infirmary as soon as possible. No more. More power. There's an old-fashioned left. That's all you got to say, huh? Oh. Moshi moshi.
「
Getting hit takes me out of the flashlight. Okie dokie then. I still went back there to those items. Why couldn't the ghost bring them to me? Oh, hey. What do you know? Several medicine bottles and syringes are lying on top of the desk. Patient interview, Takashi Aiba. Moonlight syndrome in the moon. In mild cases of moonlight syndrome, patients start to lose fragments of their memories and tend to sleepwalk. Neither of these symptoms is especially uncommon and may even occur together. But it is the effect of the phase of the moon, but it is the effect of the phase of the moon on moonlight syndrome patients that makes it very different from such other conditions. Patients stabilize when the moon waxes and is full, but tend to seek out moonlight and wander at night. When the moon wanes, they become frightened and unstable. Hence, the condition we now call moonlight syndrome was originally known as moonlust or night walking. Names still used in superstitious contexts. In severe cases, patients lose almost all of their memories and are attracted to windows and rooftops, giving the appearance of being led by the moonlight. They bathe happily in it, as if having their lost selves return to them, albeit for a fleeting, unsustained moment. Patients who lose their memories will start to look toward the moon without fail. Symptoms like this may occur in an individual's psychiatric cases, but it is difficult to satisfactorily explain their simultaneous emergence in multiple patients. The condition is unique to the Rugetsu Islands, so it may have some connection with the climate or beliefs on these islands. Cabinet full of medicine bottles. Yes, give me the shinies that are in here. I've been craving them, because I know they are in here. Damn. Shelves full of medicine. These must have been dispensed to patients. Okay, but I want the shiny. Got sacred water. Ooh. Found a small panel decorated with a waning moon. Oh yeah, I got a tape. No, it's not files, it's records.
Tape 回りました。どうですか、気分の方は。顔が自分のものじゃないんです。違うんです。これは。それはどういう？鏡を見ていると時々。いえ、わかりません。もう見たくない。だから目を あああ薬の量を増やしましょうか。もう見たくないんです。妹だってそう言ってました。違う。安心してください。必ず解放に向かいます。
You say that, but I don't think you're making anybody better. Ooh, it's one of those dolls. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Ooh. Okay, come on. Come on. See, I know there's a door there, but can I go back out? Oh, there's another doll. Can I go back outside and investigate the well? Nope. Assistant hiding something. What are you hiding, assistant? Ibarra's assistant's notes. The days pass and our efforts to treat Moonlight Syndrome continue. Dr. Haibara's treatment methods have shown some positive results, but they're starting to lose what basis they had in medical science and are increasingly muddled with superstition and folklore. He's putting more and more emphasis on his own ideas and the legends of the island. Frankly, I doubt the efficacy of such methods. I've never seen such treatments applied to a neurological condition. In particular, the macabre apparatuses he uses are unlike anything I've ever seen, used at any other hospital. What I find more disturbing, though, is the bizarre terminology used in this hospital. These are not standard medical terms. For instance, intermediate stage Moonlight Syndrome patients present symptoms where they fear their own reflection in mirrors or water. In the folklore of Rogetsu Isle, this phenomenon is referred to as budding. Patients may be seeing their own faces reflected as something entirely different. Whatever the nature of the symptom, I wish they would call it a hallucination or a phobia, Rather than use a proper medical term, this superstitious budding word is used by the infirmary staff on a daily basis. Apparently, patients who see a budded face, visible only to themselves, also bud. Then there's blossoming. I don't know the specifics of this symptom, but I have seen the color drain from people's faces at the mere mention of the word. From the sound of it, I doubt it has anything to do with botany. They say that those who see the faces of people with severe cases of moonlight syndrome resonate with them and become afflicted with the syndrome themselves. Is this budding? Whatever the name for it, how is it even possible for a neurological condition to be transmitted? Before coming here, I wouldn't even have entertained such a possibility, but moonlight syndrome may somehow be contagious. On top of all this, I've been asked to make the preparations for a rite tomorrow, to be held tomorrow. What kind of procedure it is, I don't know. How did it come to this? The whole affair has left me sick at the heart. The light for the director's office is lit. Is there someone there? Nope, there's another doll. The doll's curse has been lifted. Wonder what exactly this is doing for me. Engraved box. It's an engraved box. It's being held closed by some sort of mechanism. It's engraved with a waxing moon and a waning moon pattern. With two slots visible. Okay. More spirit stones. Come on. Metal rack stacked with files and old books. The files are medical records and the books look like research material. Nothing behind us. Give me. Ah! That thing finally happened. Ghost hands may appear when you try to pick up an item. Be careful, as you will lose an item. You will lose the item if they manage to grab your arm. Oh. You can avoid them by releasing B to pull back your hand before they grab you. Aw. I lost the item. That's rather annoying. Dr. Hibira passing by. The sculpture resembling a cloud-veiled moon. The desk is covered in files and old envelopes. Dr. Hibara's notes. I come from an esteemed lineage of head ceremonial priests bearing the honor name of Hibara. I am also the medicine man of this island, and as such have come face to face with this condition known in the modern vernacular as Moonlight Syndrome. In establishing an institution to research and treat Moonlight Syndrome, I have exploited the benefits of medical science while still upholding the teaching of my ancestors. I believe it is my mission to research this baffling syndrome using a fusion of modern science and ancient tradition. Once the people of Rugetsu Isle used their own means befitting of their time to delve into nature of mind and soul, the Mask of the Kagura were one such means. By wearing the mask and hearing the music, the vessel loses herself. The organ's mask allow them to keep their beat steady. The wearing of masks stimulates various different parts of the human brain. This is a fascinating phenomenon that science alone cannot explain. Masks truly are a powerful method to explore the potential of the brain. They open a door for us to explore new territories. And so came to be the ancient, no true form of Rugetsu Kagura, the rite of descent. This rite provides us with the means to dive into the abyss of the mind. However, the rite of descent has been forbidden ever since it brought disaster to Rugetsu Isle. The legend that tells of this disaster are terrifying, but in order to conquer Moonlight Syndrome, we must be brave enough to step over taboo boundaries. The moon eclipses but once every 10 years. But we cannot let this chance escape us. Time is a commodity we sadly lack. I see you down there. So what's making the item counter go? Oh, there it is. Ooh. The doors of the bookcase are lying open. A bitterly cold draft drifts from behind it. Going down. assistant behind fence. The box opened with the waxing and waning moon cards were inserted. The box contained a piece of paper. A serial number of some kind and some kind of riddle are written on it. Director's office 438951. Twice 7 days make the new moon full, plus 1 is the key to the square as well. What? Oh. The intercom displays some numbers. I didn't even realize that thing was there. Oh. I didn't even realize all this shit. Yo Haibara, 27, Director of Haibara Clinic, Tokyo, wanted under suspicion of causing the deaths of 3 patients while performing highly unethical surgical procedures, most likely on the island the day of the Rogetsu Kagura. His father Shigeto is head of the island and director of Haibara Infirmary, very influential in the area. Substantial financial support of his son. Shigeto Haibara, 53, director of both Haibara Infirmary and Rogetsu Hall. Runs Rogetsu Hall, Sanatorium, and Haibara Infirmary. As head of the island, also in charge of local politics and ceremonies. Very influential person, provides support for his son Yo's activities, both financially and otherwise, maybe helping Yo stay hidden. The missing girls were found in a cave underneath the infirmary, but Shigeto denied involvement. One of the men working on the underground expansion of the infirmary left a note confessing to the abductions before committing suicide. The case seemed to be closed. Shigeto was combining medical science with local superstition and folklore in his efforts to treat Moonlight Syndrome, treatment using masks. Shoji Katagiri, age 29, doctor, worked as an assistant to Director Haibara in Rogetsu Hall, also had medical experience on the mainland. Shoji seems to have doubts about using special apparatus derived from folk medicine to treat moonlight syndrome. He found budding and blossoming to be disturbing terms. What is the right of descent? Nothing known about this person. Or this person. Hizuki Hisagi. Age 6, moonlight syndrome patient, condition deteriorated rapidly after surgical procedure, causing death. Extremely similar to cases Zio Haibara was involved in. Was there more to that? Okay. Ruka Minazuki, age 17, former patient of Regetsu Hall, went missing one night of Regetsu Kagura, later found in a cave underneath Haibara Infirmary. He wasn't found in time to prevent severe confusion and amnesia, which she still suffers from. Ruka is following her friends to Regetsu Isle. Her mother, Sayaka, asked me to find her and bring her back safely. Sayaka Minazuki, my current client, asked me to find her daughter and daughter Ruka and bring her back safely. Her sickness has abated, but she is still bedridden. I've known her since the kidnappings 10 years ago when I found Ruka. She hasn't changed a bit since then. Incident in which 5 girls were abducted on the night of Regetsu Kagura ritual dance. All exits from the temple of the Lunar Eclipse where the ritual was being held were sealed, but the girls were nowhere to be found. Similar incidents had occurred on the past Kagura nights, but all I could get from the locals was fearful superstition. They say the girls were spirited away, or the moon took them, or an anomalous tip led me to the cave underneath Haibara Infirmary, where I found the missing girls. Incident in which the people of Regetsu Isle disappeared en masse 2 years after the Regetsu Kagura. Many bodies were found in the vicinity of Regetsu Hall, while the rest of the islanders were never seen again. The main island of the Regetsu Islands has historically had little contact with the mainland, so its unique local culture has remained intact. It came to prominence when the Regetsu Hall Sanatorium was built, and when the Regetsu Kagura was made into a tourist attraction. Medical facility run by Shigeto Haibara, father of Yohabara, the only hospital on Regetsu Isle. Most of the patients suffer from moonlight syndrome, a condition unique to the Regetsu Islands. Moonlight syndrome, a condition unique to Regetsu Islands. Symptoms include amnesia, nighttime wandering, and bizarre behavior. Known throughout the history of the islands as moonlust and night walking, as sufferers appear to be attracted to moonlight. In advanced stages of progression, patients can go from cardiopulmonary arrest, seemingly brought on by complete mental collapse. In many cases, patients with severe moonlight syndrome commit suicide. An ancient ceremony that takes place once every 10 years on Regetsu Isle. The maiden or vessel slips into translate state as she dances to the music played by the organs. In recent times, the ceremony was made into a tourist attraction. People born on the island who move away from it are said to come back for the Regetsu Kagura no matter what. The maiden who dances during the Regetsu Kagura. She puts on a mask and dances in the moonlight on a special stage. The vessel is the focus of the entire ceremony. 5 young girls who play special kind of instrument during the Regetsu Kagura. Girls of about the age of 10 are chosen to play each of the 5 parts: vocal, flute, drum, strings, and bell. The Regetsu Kagura evolved from an earlier, more primitive form called the Rite of Descent. The Rite of Descent was forbidden when it caused a great disaster to befall the island. It is feared by the locals and has not been performed for a long time. I'll be right back once I figure this out. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so I still have no idea what the hell that text means, but there is one thing I've noticed. As far as this keypad thing goes. So 438 951. So the two codes that are already there are already using numbers on the keypad. With the only one not being used is 0 so far. So my guess is it's going to be something like, I don't know, 627? No? 267? Oh, okay. Is there another number? Oh. Oh. I had to hit a button. The noise came from over here. Search beyond the hidden door. Oh. I got a glimpse beyond the level geometry for a second. Alright, down we go. Ghost! Down you go. Model heads are wearing some kind of apparatus driven full of nails. Sounds lovely. Or shinies. Moonlight Syndrome research file. A tattered old notebook lies on the desk. Of all methods of treating Moonlight Syndrome that we have tried to date, the most promising appears to be surgery. Specifically, this treatment involves stimulation of the brain by direct or indirect means. Progress was very slow and difficult at first, with much experimentation, but results started to appear, and now it seems the day cannot be far when we find a comprehensive treatment method. However, there was recently a case in which surgery seemed successful at first, but unfortunately ended in tragedy. The patient initially appeared to be recovering from Moonlight Syndrome, but rapidly deteriorated with total amnesia and voidness followed by death. The corpse's face appeared warped and was, of course, harvested immediately. Harvested immediately? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Was this warping the beginning of blossoming? Research into treatment through surgical procedures continues, but blossoming must be prevented at all costs. We must not bring about another disaster like the one spoke of in our legends. We cannot have another day of tranquility on this island. Surgical lamp hangs above the bed. The bed is equipped with thick restraints and is splattered with deep red stains. It seems normal. Oh my goodness. Message is completely blocked. Let's see what the blue icon is lighting up for.
俺はあの時この隠された場所を見つけた。お母さんに頼まれてきた。もう安心だ。
嫌いか。
ここにはルカはいない。灰原もどこなんだ。
Alright, that will be all for now, so, because this video's already gone over an hour, so, bye-bye!